everyone on future YouTube. This is Nox Destin, your host, and well, we have finished our first part already. We have the simulator battle done, which now means we will scour through all of the battle mission once again. But this time we will use more units once again. Of course, we have our first fight against Big G up ahead, so this will probably A, take some time, and B, a very costly endeavor. But everyone of the favorite squad is on potential 9, which is good. In the times where we actually get to low health pools. And I am working now, or will be mainly working on ignore size. To keep our damage output a bit, balanced across all enemies. Which we will need less, but it costs also almost 3 times as much as a single potential program, so we will need the funds. But Nox, why are you not being more efficient about it and uses proper skills all the time? Nah. Also gonna be a bit time efficient. I want the ignore size gathering is finished. I will go over to dash. So that every pilot gets that extra one here to move, fire skills. Will be pretty handy, I would imagine.
られるが。
Queen Sealer comes for the kill. Yeah, this could already turn into turn 0, turn 1 kill. I am so sorry guys, but you do not stand a chance here. Never did, never will. There were only 3 left, and there were only 2 left. 1. Dead. Drop 1. I imagine this will turn into a 2-rounder. Okay, there are no battleships here anymore, so this is also my turn into a turn 1 fight. Don't worry, I'm still alive and not sleeping. Yay, European front, and I think we get the first kaiju attack? Yeah. Let's kaiju. 3 more, that should... Was this one 3? I swear the first mission is a two-parter. But hey, we are blasting at this through an impressive speed of 50 minutes already. Or only, better said. So far we are doing good. Yay, something to celebrate. Yep, Ace Shot Bright. Yeah, Captain Bright, title of Ace Pilot, yada yada. I have to say, it's a bit strange that the captain of a ship would be given such a title. This award ceremony was a bit of a farce, I admit. I actually called you here because I wanted to talk to you alone. You want to discuss strategy? Not exactly. I wanted to talk about your family. Family? You have spoken to Chamin lately? Wait a minute, how do you know about my daughter? I happen to keep in touch with your wife, Mirai. Are you serious? You've done so much for me, Captain Bright. I wanted to properly introduce myself to your family as well. I sensed they were frustrated, but also hopeful, so I thought this would be a good time to... Alright, I get it, so please. What else are you afraid of? Your family trusts you, Cap. They wish for your safety every day. They do? That said, Shaman and Hathaway are both at a difficult age. I may be overstepping, but I can't help but worry about them. Thank you for your concern, Representative. I'll get in touch with them tonight. You may be a reliable captain in my eyes, but you're still their father. I hope you don't forget that. And keep that in mind. Thank you, Representative. I have a feeling that is the Hathaway. Okay. This one, and then we are visiting Japan once again, flooded by kaiju, yay. And then we have a little shit ton of money to spend on ignore size programs. Somehow they start here with more morale. Ah, that's why allied pilots within commander range gain 5 morale at the start of own phase. Nice. Force bases gain 5 SP at the start of own phase. Alright, then let the games begin. Go forth, wise snacks. Crush them. Or at least attempt to do so. Jesus. What? Yeah, okay. Yeah, some value reinforcements. Not that I care much, they will die. Yes, please continue attacking, hero. Yes, please more attacks. Goddamn fools. Okay, you went high on crack. Okay, so a complete run gets us about 800k. That will be a lot of ignore size. Well, hello there, Ray. Welcome, welcome. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you? I'm currently right in the middle of the little farming part of, you know, before we actually face against Big G the first time. The Big G. Because, you know, if you're facing Godzilla, you can't be prepared too much, or too much prepared. And since it's a singular point Godzilla, problems. Problems and pain. I'm doing well so far. Work is a bit on the easier side this week, so I'm a bit more relaxed during streams. You think? Where's it there? I'm gonna spend a ton of money. 75. Okay, core pilots first. Okay, you have it. Okay, you can't have it. You will need it. It will be handy to have. Different characters can get different values of. This okay? I would dare say don't ask me, cause I do not know. This is my first Super Robot games I am playing. Alright then. Beginning of the end. Then let's face singular point Godzilla. See where this gets us. Thank you for working so hard all the time, Representative Etika. Of course, I appreciate the kind words. You had so much on your plate non-stop, you must be exhausted. Oh no, I'm sure it's been hard for all of you, too. Especially now that you're literally the source of the Advent's power. I guess I do get a little tired after Wednesday's fights. Yeah, but it's kinda nice of tired. The kind where dinner hits the spot and you slide right off to sleep. Thank you. You don't have to thank us, we're always next here. Give the representative some space, jeez. Don't you know this is her off time? Oops, that's true. That's true. Sorry about that, Miss Etika. Enjoy. Good luck, Representative Etika. I'm gonna do my best. Phew, thank you for that. No problem, you deserve it. Yeah, have a cookie on the house. The Advent seems extra upbeat these days, huh? Yeah. But the rest of the world, as they get better, right? We'll make it better. Yep, everyone on the ship is part of the fight now, in their own ways. Yeah. So we'll clean up the mess Secretary General Arden left behind. Lady Una, woo! I appreciate it. We're in a precarious position right now, so we'll have to be discreet in what we reveal. The Advent bore the brunt of all the direct consequences of Secretary General's conspiracy, so your options should be fairly open. The new League of Nations is helping member nations maintain any semblance of stability while they elect a new Secretary General. I have a feeling it might turn out to be her. Noah's attacks have stopped for the time being, so our most immediate priority is the Red Dust. How bad has it gotten? I'm afraid we don't have a precise measurement, but it's clear enough that it's spreading. Some of the citizens seem to believe the giant organism in Antarctica is responsible. You mean Godzilla? Unfortunately, all the member nations combined don't have the firepower to do meaningful damage to Godzilla. Representative Etika, I know this is far too much to ask, but... No, I completely understand. I put the Advent on course to Antarctica. We will neutralize Godzilla. That will solve at least one major problem. Here's my prediction. That will go south. Thank you so much, Representative. I make sure you have all of the NLN's data from Antarctica. You should be warned that the high concentration of red dust has made the area extremely hazardous. As long as Lady Un is handling the NLN side, I don't think we have to worry about them. Schneisel is there as well, the NLN is in good hand. And our job is taking Godzilla down. I'm sure you've already been briefed, but remember that thing's not a simple creature. It's a massive singular point that's affecting the very existence of our world as we know it. Okay, but like, what does that even mean? It's gonna eat the world or something? Much worse, it could change known reality, warp the laws of three-dimensional physics themselves. Since Godzilla appeared, dimensional boundary distortions are being reported from all over the globe. In some cases, the distortion factor seems to jump up just barely under collapse level for an instant. Is this what the cataclysm 12,000 years ago was like? My understanding is that the civilization from back then were all but wiped out by the so-called God of Runes dimensional devastation. Only all but, and the world itself is still here, so something must have stopped Godzilla back then, right? Something's gonna stop it this time too. Us. Yeah, I think there might be a misunderstanding here. Was depending on the depiction, Godzilla is generally a counterforce to when we fuck shit up, or ancient shit fucks up. Hoping for the best here that Godzilla isn't evil. We're talking about a being that can bend Getter Emperor's causality. This isn't going to be easy. I mean, from the insane stuff we've heard about Emperor, a kaiju you can actually punch is gonna be a breeze in comparison. At least the three factions of Noahs are busy with their infighting, so we can afford to put our focus on Godzilla. The Vulgara are pulling away from the Earth sphere as well, and maybe avoiding the dimensional chaos. There's a small blessing for you. No chance they just keep on going until they leave the solar system, is there? Hello? Earthsphere to Izuru, you're spacing out. Yeah, I guess. I just didn't think the war with the Vulgara would end with a whimper like this. It hasn't ended yet, you know. Yeah, you're right. So, are you sure you're alright, Izuru? You've been looking under the weather lately. Come on, man, we're about to fight a giant kaiju. Aren't you supposed to be a big, huge comic hero? Come on, turn big and punch Godzilla right in the snot. I'll try. You weren't taking that as a feasible suggestion, were you? Yeah, something up with Izuru. What happened to him? Yeah. The special genes that they all carry, and that their mechs are being made or being co-produced with, they are evolving at a faster pace than theirs are. Godzilla is a threat to the entire, so I think that is a factor that is making his behavior look a bit weird. Godzilla is a threat to the entire world. We should be seeing every nation band together against it. Right, but between Noahs and the Infernal Alliance, a lot of those forces are tied up. A lot of the members of Noahs are aliens from outer space anyway. If this planet gets ruined, they probably just abandon it and leave. You may have a point, Shin. I actually reached out to Noahs to propose a truce and a temporary alliance, but we received no response. And they're watching to see how it shakes out? Or they plan to shoot us in the back while we are fighting Godzilla. In the end, none of that matters. No, it doesn't. This time is our literal existence at stake. There's no turning back from this one. We depart for Antarctica tomorrow. You have until then to settle any affairs you need to. What do you mean, settle? She means to make sure you can give it your all with no regrets. No regrets. What's this song? It sounds kind of South Asian, but on the other hand, other than that, apparently it's a folk song. So why are you playing it for Jet Jaguar? The version of the song Jet Jaguar is listening to is subtly different from the original. It was recorded off a special source. There's a code embedded into the sound data in 16 8-bit blocks. As the data was converted to a decimal sequence and reversed, they came out to the date of the song's recording. Heck of a coincidence. Not a coincidence at all. It was embedded by someone who knew the outcome, who could predict the future. I believe the song is supposed to be a key to decrypting the codes. By converting and reversing the numbers? Exactly. A until we know that, there's no possible way to break the code. The song is a hash function. Only when we know the answer can we read Michiyuki Ashihara's message. I'm afraid I don't quite follow. Trusted princess, you aren't alone. Somehow, by some means, a man named Michiyuki Ashihara was able to get knowledge of the future. Michiyuki Ashihara? You wouldn't have heard of him, he's not known in the mainstream. But he predicted everything about the red dust phenomenon swallowing the world 50 years ago. A man who could foresee the future. You and I just happened to have a job at a mansion he used to live in. We found this song being broadcast there, the series of numbers Ashihara left behind. When we decoded those numbers the same way as we did the code in the song, it formed a series of notable dates and times. We put together what happened at those moments. We'll see what Ashihara was trying to tell us. And you're using that Jaguar's analysis to help you figure that out? That's where we are at. Kira, Reina, you can keep an eye on Jaguar's output for me? Reina can handle the software and I keep on top of your hardware, Jag. Thank you all very much for your help. Hey, you're doing the hard part, Jaguar. Remember, our ultimate goal here is to find out when the catastrophe will happen and how to prevent it. Catastrophe is a collapse of our reality, right? If we can find a way to stop it, we'll do whatever is necessary to do so. Unfortunately, a portion of Michiyuki Ashihara's numbers have degraded to the point of illegibility. We have to reconstruct them with guesswork. The unreadable portion is at the end of the sequence. It's very likely it is important. You never know, what's next might be put down Godzilla tomorrow and the problem will be solved for you. That sounds like a safer bet to me than all this cryptic data. Was the Grid Knight Alliance investigating the catastrophe as well? Yep, we think that might be the real reason we were brought to this world. We are running out of time. We should start the process. Is everyone ready? Standing by. We are all good here. Alright then, Jaguar, begin the trial run. Oh. Guess we shouldn't hold our breath. The Jaguar is simulating a tremendous amount of data. It won't be a snap even with all his processing power. Everyone who was next is off on personal time today, right? Yes, that's all. They all have different ways to make their peace. If Echika asks them to do so, she must mean it. Any updates from Kamimushi? She hasn't even read the text I sent. Which isn't surprising, the red dust is causing communications interference all over the world. Come to think of it, didn't the dates in the Ashihara data line up with your text session with Kamimushi? That's right, I suspect whatever message Ashihara wanted to send is embedded in my conversations with her. There are almost no exceptions, just one in fact. That first time we went to Misa Kyoku. Funny thing, I'm not so sure that's an exception either. What do you mean? You remember that phone call that you had with someone else in Misa Kyoku? What if that was Kamimushi? That's possible. Well, does that mean we know who Kamimushi is? Mei Kamino. I went to high school with her. Mei Kamino. Does that line up, Jaguar? Cross-referencing your and Kamimushi's text messages at the specified times? Concentrating... that word. And synthesizing noteworthy data, it's building up to something. Arctica, Edwin, Valkyra, Shihara guy knew that much about us. Holy Emperor Future. Whoa, hold up. Holy Emperor? It has to be Getter Saint Dragon and Getter Emperor. You. Jack. What just happened? I don't know, he just shut down. Yamato, Reina Prowler, do you have any idea what happened? Was a pretty heavy processing load, but he was still talking to us, so... Looks he was forced to reboot midstream. Initiating bootloader, operating virtualized environment, inputting initial seeds. What's going on? Abort the reboot. Was accepting the abort signal. Did he just get hacked? Maybe it's some kind of virus? Bootloader is calling back to itself, reconfiguring its code each time. Beep. Is it working now? Looks like the upgrade's done. It's waking him up. Mama? Mama? What? Mama? Perhaps he's hungry? He's talking like a little baby. Mama. Did he regress? He's recompiling his language base. You know who I am, Jet Jaguar? Mommy? Wrong. Do you know what your name is? Name? Mine? PP. PP. Jet Jaguar PP. What the hell's going on with him? No clue. Great. Godinian. Excuse me for calling you in despite the circumstances. May I ask why I am the only one out here out of all the rabbits? It is, first of all, this isn't a disciplining or a checkup. MJP Commander Simon would like your take on a certain matter. Ensign Toshikazu Azagi, you and Ensign Izuru Hitachi have the opportunity to leave active duty and take position as instructors. Instructors, Izuru and I. I think you two would do well at it, you especially. I'd like to stay on as a pilot, at least until this war's over. At this moment I can't imagine doing anything else. That's fine, I let Commander Simon know. But if possible, I'd like you to convince Ensign Izuru Hitachi to take the post. That's why I called you in first. Can I ask, is this anything to do with Izuru's recent condition? You're very observant. That's actually part of the reason I think you'd make a good instructor. Captain? Azagi, you haven't been feeling odd yourself, have you? Not particularly. Well, you're absolutely right. If Izuru keeps fighting, his harmonic level will rise beyond his capacity to handle. He'll lose his identity, his health will suffer under the strain. It could even be fatal. No! Not immediately, but it's coming. There's no doubt about that. I know this is a cruel thing to ask of you, but please, keep a close eye on Izuru. I'm not cut out for. You're the only one I can ask. Since you're Izuru's older brother. I'm Izuru's... Wow! Bringing in the drop... the info drops here. That was some fun karaoke. Yeah. Patrick from Team Doberman got a little crush on Tamaki, huh? I'd never noticed before. That's okay, Tamaki still hasn't noticed either. Patrick's not done shooting a shot though. Listen, are you sure you wanted to leave? I think they were going to go bowling after that. Did you want to stay? I don't know. I'm just here because you asked me to follow you. I wanted to apologize again. What for? For, you know, standing you up. For... Oh... To be honest, I'd totally forgotten about that. Well, that's good. Minami, is this... you setting your affairs in order, like Representative Ejika said? I've made peace with Kano, so this is the only thing that's still hanging over me. Thank you for everything, Yomogi. The whole thing with Kano dragged you through a lot. No, it wasn't really a problem for me. So, anything eating away at you? Okay, I guess there's something. Come on, tell me. Anything I can do to help? Nah, I'm not going to let anything be over tomorrow. Fair enough. So, you still want to go bowling? They are probably still there. Totally. Thank you, Yomogi Minami. You show me so many emotions. Too bad they are all about to be crushed. King of Kaiju is free. There's nobody who can stop it. Oh, you little bitch. Okay. Okay, he is deployable, that is good. Deploying wise next units. The briefing definitely didn't do this justice. Big clouds of red dust and a huge swarm of kaiju. Maybe one of those kaiju looks bigger than the types we fought before. Be careful everyone, our units won't function normally in this red dust. If it's holding us back, we'll just pin those kaiju down and slug it out. Can we not? Please? I don't think we have a choice anymore. Yomogi. Am I wrong? We are not ending here, and neither is the rest of the world. We won't let it. Like, yeah, Yomogi, that's saying it like a man. So you made progress with Yuma after karaoke, huh? That's not... We better all make it back from this if we want to get that story out of him. For the hype around Godzilla, I don't see it anywhere. Godzilla is deep in the swarm, but it'll have to come out at some point. Godzilla, god of ruin, a singular point powerful enough to challenge Getter Emperor. We're gonna change Emperor's future, right? That's not happening if we can't beat this thing. Baku? Our units are experiencing reduced targeting precision and mobility. The red dust clouds will also dissipate the energy of attacks. Careful everybody. Jet Jaguar, okay. His code still isn't completely rebuilt. The process has been suspended for the duration of this mission. So you're no longer behaving like a baby. I'm currently running residual linguistics and cognition from auxiliary memory, so my vocabulary is reduced. The mainframe that holds my core identity remains in that infantile state. So we could go back to Goo Goo Gaga at any time. Just need you operational. Keep taking readings on environmental conditions. Will do. How are you feeling, Asagi? Never better. How about you, Izuru? About normal, I guess. So your usual oblivious self, huh? Want to be a hero? Go solo those kaiju and rout out the whole swarm. Roger? Always next units move in and engage. We will defeat Godzilla and avert the catastrophe. Shihara's coded message suggests we are meant to receive something in Antarctica. We don't know what we are looking for exactly, or exactly where we are supposed to find it. Does Getter have something to do with it? Protocol to make me invincible. Is PP the solution?
怪獣が来るぞ。ジェットゲー砲を使うんだ。
発射します。
化け物の相手か。面白い。その位置丸見えだ。
戦い抜く。それが俺の抵抗だ。
Okay, so one worth it. Yeah, Valor should be enough here.
本場の実力見せてやるぜ。これで決まりだ。ライディーンの力を見せてゴッドバードチェンジ。弱点はどこだ。そうだ。エリシオンの正面に立つとはとんだ命知らずだな。アクロスキャノン発射用意。てー
Soul won't hurt.
あんなやつバーッと痩せちゃう。
熱くなりすぎるなよ。リスコンの月光
やれるかルルシ。
なんだこいつの火力ならばシンゼロビーム。
It's kinda weird of you, Lelouch, to shout that.
美しい世界のため。
Not gonna lie.
うんならここで決めてみせる。吹き飛べ。
女だからって負けないわよ。一夜で仕留める。
This will be a longer fight.
必殺必中大ジング。
言葉が通じんのなら拳で語るまでよ。ダークネスフィギュア爆発。
親父は恐竜退治、俺は怪獣退治かよ。
打ち込んでやるぜ。
ゲットビーム。俺にもできることがあるはずだ。準備はいいかいアスラ。俺も自分のできることをする。えいいけ。うわーキュッアスラ。いけ。
Didn't somebody say we won't be operating at full power here?
サーバイン以外のマシンだって。
I mean, like we are operating at plenty power here.
もらった
次元の壁を越えてきた存在か。
これだもん。
わかりました。
ダイナミックキャノン。ダイナミックファイヤ
Okay, so far we ain't triggering any kind of interruption.
ー仕掛けるぞ。フィンファンネル落ちろ。
Oh shit, I never looked what that part actually does that I got from the simulator battle. I rather overspent on the skill. energy. Even if my next action will make that statement be a bit hypocritical.
人々を守るために戦うんだ。そこだ。だかれ
インパルスの操縦なら慣れてる。今なら懐に飛び込める。そこ
47 down to 24. 23 units, and I mean technically we could have done more. Okay, my man.
ターゲットロックオン排除開始。
程度どうってことないわ。邪魔しないでよ。今なら懐に飛び込める。そこ
I think you die here.
これくらいやってみせなきゃ。私と戦うことになるなんて。どんなことでも入れるって。進めばみんな位置についた。最後みんなで。ありがとうみんな。危なかったかも。逃げないでください。お願いみんな力を貸して。一つ進めば行くよみんな。最後みんなで。お母さん私たちちゃんとやれ。
Do you think fighting the Zeta is a better option?
無駄だって言ってるのがわからないのかよ。いけるか。ゼータを通して俺の力を通して出るか。やってんじゃないかよ。
I think not.
のまま突き進む。何であろうと怪獣はグリッドナイト残らず倒す。
無駄だって言う
Gold sub 20s?
このタイミングでゼータを通して俺の力を体を通して出るためにやってんじゃないんだよ。
次はしっかりしなきゃ。地球にはこんな怪獣がいるんですね。やってみせます。メアリアルと一緒に進めばみんなでやればきっと。最後はみんなで。みんなありがとう。
Oh yes, please. Bring out some attacks.
やらせないわ。何よこのくらい。
人を襲うんなら退治するまでだ。ここで決めてみせる。そこまだだ。逃がすか。これでとどめだ。
Yeah, Shin into Destiny is a strong pilot.
止められると思うなよ。人を襲うんなら退治するまでだ。ここで決めてみせる。そこまだだ。逃がすか。これでとどめだ。
Finn's earning his stripes today.
好き勝手にさせるもんか。
LOL!
仕掛けてきたのはそっちだからな。ここで決めてみせる。そこまだだ。逃がすか。これでとどめだ。
Projected damage terrain, 0.
女だからって負けないわよ。一夜で仕留める。必殺必中ライジング。
ここはコンバトラーに任せな。身長57メートル、体重550トンは伊達じゃねえ。
感謝した感じ気持ち悪い。
ここだ。必殺ファーストミサイル系。
Yeah, when something of this size jumps, you should be worried. Godbird. Of course it's Godbird.
どうしてもライディーと戦うつもりか。ライディーから逃げられることだ。シェイ照準セット。食らえ。
After one turn from 47 down to 12.
自分や仲間たちを守るためにも戦で仕留める。いけ！
僕にも覚悟がある。確実に手で。
Gets there.
これが俺のできることすべてだ。俺にできるのは戦うことだけだ。任務完了。
Ah, shoot, I also didn't empower this. That's not so much a problem.
Missile 発射開始。発射。攻撃に移る。いけるか。ゼータを通して俺の力の体を通して出るしかないんじゃないんだよ。
The sub-10s. For the last anime, I'm gonna refill on energy. Just defeating Godzilla's appearance will be pretty demoralizing.
俺にもできることがあるはずだ。
Especially on the ancient robots we have in our party. Which, not gonna lie, has me a bit worried. knows this chicken.
スゾキユグドラシルドライブ ME ブースト7カウント Go ahead 6-4-5-3-1-2-0 ラスト
この道の行く先に俺たちの願う明日がある。
やれるなマーク2ここはセイバーを使うこの目だいっけー
I don't know, somehow I would like to fan out a bit. An impressive range on that.
Ah,
ああちゃんと見えてるぞオーラ切りだへいやるならとことんまでやってみる
It. Nah. I can use an energy recharge even if Godzilla appears now. All kaiju have been eliminated. Zilla still isn't there somewhere. Where's next heroes? Ruka stand by, prepare to battle Godzilla. Reach turn 3. Lamo. No, not what I wanted to do. Here it comes! What the hell? This pressure's unreal. Was a living creature exerting this much? That's the god of ruin. Great singular point. Godzilla! I'm having all of the goosebumps right now. I didn't think it'd be that big. Physically it's large enough, but its sheer presence is absurd. Possibly greater than other living creatures. Never heard of a kaiju like this. Do we have a chance? Well, can you take it? Are you kidding? If we tried, I doubt we make it out with our minds intact. That's no kaiju. Nothing can control it, no one can stop it. That thing is truly free. You're right, it's no mere kaiju, it's the king of kaiju. I'm reading something else. That's... Huh? Animal species Midolo? We knew it wasn't gone for good, but who expected it to regenerate this fast? I thought it was gone for good. Is it trying to fight Godzilla? Stop, Midolo. Come back at once. The Alliance has lost control of Midolo. No species Midolo is an artifact of the Animus clan, which was wiped out by Godzilla long ago. Midolo has been a weapon the Animus clan left behind to counter Godzilla. No complaints from me. If the thing wants to take on Godzilla for us, we'll let it. The beast and the kaiju, let them fight. Godzilla Ultima? The fuck? What the fuck is that? Midolo in one blast. For real, a monster like that didn't last a moment. It's a god of ruin. It's coming this way. Is Echika? Yes, we may have greatly underestimated the situation. No way out now, we are in this for better or worse. Give us 3 minutes. If it doesn't look like we can win by then, we are retreating to regroup. You're the representative. Nothing that comes after matters. Focus on only these 3 minutes, but that doesn't mean you can throw your lives away. Right. Target acquired, Godzilla. Commence attack, hold nothing back. Godzilla defeated? Defeated? He isn't even at max morale. We are royally fucked. I can't even daunt him. Yeah, okay, technically he has to be beatable, that's right. But still. fuck's that hit? Oh fuck, we survived! Archetype. On top of that? Heat Ray as a map attack, that's bad. Yeah, I don't think we will get him. As a playable character, because that would be actually wild. Oh. Well, we are all getting better with lower health.
思いを力に変えるそれを引き出してみせる。やるんだ。生きている俺が。遊びでやってんじゃないんだよ。でもまだ
Ow. No, it's not time yet, that much I can tell. So I will stay within parameters and focus on collecting data on Godzilla. I doubt I could beat it even if I pushed myself.
座標にゴジラを確認。突撃します。まま突撃します。
Not time yet? We're going in, Kamui, Baku. You better stick with me to the end. Stay sharp, Takuma. It's far more powerful than we ever expected. No worries, Getter will win. You bet it will. We'll make sure of that. Can tell, one way or another.
わかるぜゴジラ。お前を超えた先に人類の未来がある。俺たちはゲッターの申し子だ。
HP is visible.
してられねえぜ。シャッフル同盟の力をいくぞお前たち一つに。この魂の炎強制なる求めろ。俺のこの手がなし思いをつかめとただすでに見切った。ゴジラ、奴を倒せなければ世界は終わる。
Yeah, but we won't take it down here.
ターゲットロックオン。攻撃開始。
For Faust. That is manageable.
お前の攻撃パターンは解析済みだ。
Alright, Raideen, you're up. God of Ruins, the creatures that brought about the cataclysm that destroyed the Empire of Mu. Fight with me, Raideen. Who created you to protect the world of the future?
行くぞライディーン。ゴッドバードチェイン照準セットくらえ。避け損なっちまったか。
Okay, this would be enough. Now that I see it, I can tell that that's the thing that will break down the order of the world. Singular point of all universes, the king of kaiju.
もっと声出せ声
浅
そういうの
中より
苦手なんで
ダイナミックキャノン
We gained archetype. How'd you like them apples, Godzilla? Looks like your day just got ruined. No, this is not how this works. It's rebuilding itself. Capacity for self-regeneration rivals the Dark Gundam. This Echica is hopeless. We don't have enough firepower to overcome the pace of its regeneration. It's Echica. Have all units retreat. We'll broadcast a rendezvous point shortly. Kidding me, Echica? If we back down here, the catastrophe might hit before we know it. But we can't fight on. You want us to turn tail and run, Tetsuya? Don't confuse bravery with foolishness. Living is what matters. We got home as long as we are still kicking. But 0059XX20 20th of XX, year of 0059 of the new universal calendar. I've just completed my analysis. Multiple calculation vectors place that as the last timestamp in Ashihara's message. So the catastrophe is going to happen. That means there's still time representative. Gives the order to retreat. All units, based on what you've just heard, I'm ordering you to prioritize survival. Yeah! I think it's not going to let us get away that easy, huh? About to get blasted into oblivion and the catastrophe isn't here yet? Valkyria, sing! But sing at Godzilla, it must have some effect. Let's do it. We have to do whatever we can. Right. Listen, Godzilla. Listen to our song. Godzilla stopped. Now's our window, everyone. Retreat at once. Foo! Are you May Camino? Yeah? My name is Lena. I'm here on BB's behalf. On his behalf? Something came up and he couldn't get away from work. Don't you worry, for I'll get you to where you're supposed to meet. Okay? Thanks. Just to warn you, be careful around my dad. Wait, are you BB's daughter? Yep. The thing you should know is Dad hates anyone smarter than him. I think he already hates me. I knew it. He was in a bad mood. He always lightens up when he's mad, though. What? Here's a advance fought Godzilla in Antarctica. Mobile fortress that established itself as its own country and collected powerful robots from every walk of technology. It'd make our lives a lot easier if they'd stop Godzilla and clean up all the kaijus for us, wouldn't it? They had to retreat. Ah, too bad. Drop this transparent act. I know all about what you've done. Is that why I'm being detained? What the world needs right now is our orthogonal diagonalizer. We can worry about the catastrophe after that. Once we find your little friend May Camino, she can pick up Professor Lee's job. You say so? Lee, I've carried out your last request. What happens from here on out, we'll just have to see. Damn it! We're utterly thoroughly defeated. Yeah, I kinda expected this much. Us, why's next? World famous, undefeated reigning champions, scrambling away for our lives. That is the ultimate singular point Roval was looking for? It's a monster beyond imagining. We did manage to get a lot of data on the Redust though. That means we can work up a plan for round 2. Yeah, no point letting this get us down. You said it, we even got some good news. There's still time until the catastrophe. And we might not even have to fight. What do you mean, Baku? I can tell. Geta Emperor's coming to this dimension soon. It's what? Geta Emperor intends to destroy anything that might interfere with the future that leads to it coming into being. I'm thinking it's going to pop in temporarily using Geta Saint Dragon as a portal. So it'll be Geta Emperor versus Godzilla? That's a slugging match way out of our league as, like, a species. Emperor wins, a catastrophe never happens. If Godzilla wins, the timeline is allowed to split into parallel worlds. Either way, that means humanity never invades the whole universe in our timeline, right? I mean, sure, they both got drawbacks, but it'll be one of our biggest problems solved. It's not going to be nearly that convenient. One thing always been bothering me. Why was the destruction 12,000 years ago called the Cataclysm instead of Catastrophe? And what happened to Godzilla during it? I'm guessing you have a theory, Yun Arikawa? Share. It's a speculation, but my guess is that Godzilla itself fell victim to the dimensional damage of the Cataclysm. It took itself out of the picture? That's how our species and planet hung on, even as the civilizations of the time perished. But if two huge singular points collide, it would warp the laws of physics. Our 3 dimensions would be altered beyond repair. The worst case is the universe itself collapsing, but the best is still Earth being dimensionally wrecked, much worse than the previous cataclysm. So the bottom line is, if Geta Emperor and Godzilla fight, then it doesn't matter which one wins. The world would end simply from the 2 massive singular points coming in contact. A disaster on a scale that would dwarf the cataclysm, a catastrophe. Oh, come on! And from the combatant's point of view, it would barely be worth the consideration. The one silver hope is that Geta Emperor wins and there's just a chance that some of humanity survives. Even then, I can't tell you how likely that might be. How the hell is that any kind of hope? I see it now. The task Geta Saint Dragon gave us was to defeat Godzilla. Now Emperor's going to show up because we couldn't? They can all butt out. We are not done yet. An emergency? What is it this time? Tension always next? At roughly the time we retreated from Antarctica, the natural boundaries around the planet became extremely unstable and a massive dimensional quake occurred. Say what? The foreshocks of Emperor's arrival resulted in the Vulgaro warp gate being displaced to Uranian orbit. Probably Uranian orbit to the outer edge of Earth's sphere. Fuck. No. Oh, hang on. Didn't the Vulgaro pour the forces out of the solar system? So the gate is now outside the Earth's sphere. And it brought the entire Vulgaro army right to our doorstep. Cha? I get an update from my people in Neo Zeon right away. Wise next need to assume emergency positions at once. This could easily lead to an all-out war between Earth and the full Vulgaro invasion force. The world might end before Geta Emperor even gets here. Freaking hell, man, does everything have it out for humanity? Yun. 20th of that? We don't know. Now we don't even know if history will make it to that date. We will make it there. Somehow. Flowers that blooms in space. Final battle with the Vulgaro army begins. Fuck my life, man. This will be rough.
お待ちしておりました。私がご案内します。これからの戦いのために万全の準備を。
Only 4 pro days. Okay, then this will be it for tonight. We have survived our fight against Godzilla, but it has brought us more problems than we would like to have right now. So, until the next time, which will be tomorrow, again with Super Robot Wars Y, of course. This is Nox Destin, your host. I wish everyone a good evening, good night, good day, depending on when and where you're watching this. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, see ya, and be well. Bye.